School in Camarillo, California, located in the United States on the North American continent, on the Western Hemisphere. Anyway, I like computers. I love computers. That is what I like to do. I think I am quite the person. Okay.
My name's Caleb King. I'm a sophomore at Rancho Capana High School. I'm 15 years old. And currently I am, currently my favorite thing to do is Renegade. Woo!
Hello, my name is Tony Lee. I was born in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Right now, I am a sophomore at Rancho Campana High School, 425 Mar Vista Drive. And I'm in the Arts and Entertainment Academy. Also, I like to solve Rubik's Cubes, and I like editing videos.
How would you describe Caleb and Trent as students based on your experiences?
Caleb and Trent. Well, Caleb and Trent are what teachers might call special. They have a hard time following the rules. They don't really follow instructions very well either. They definitely like to push boundaries, and they really like to be together, like really close together, if you know what I mean. But they are entertaining and they always make me laugh. So they have that going for them.
How did you guys meet?
That's actually a pretty funny story. Me and Tony met in when I was 11 or 12. He was actually on my soccer team, and my dad was the assistant coach, Coach Ray. He only has 3 toes. 3 toes on one foot, 5 toes on the other, so 8 toes in total.
Right, of course.
But yeah, that's how I met Tony, and then we met again in PE.
Freshman year.
Freshman year.
Well, I met Tony before from one of my close family friends named Cece. She told me to be friends with him, and I actually didn't plan on it, but it just ended up happening. Now, how I met Trent was a funny story. So me and Trent met in PE, and we really bonded over our love of BTS together. And so every time we ran the mile, me and Trent would run it together and listen to BTS.
Oh man, I love those.
Yeah. Our favorite song was Mic Drop, the one featuring Designer.
Oh, that was my favorite song.
Yep.
Back in the freshman year.
It still is. We still listen together.
I love BTS. That's my favorite musical group.
Right?
Especially the Korean boys.
What's your favorite album?
My favorite album?
Yeah.
I only listen to Mic Drop.
Yeah, Mic Drop's the only good song. Yeah.
How did you guys grow closer together?
Well, half of our schedule was exactly the same together. And in PE, we had a really small class, so we were kind of forced to socialize with each other.
Yeah, me and Trent would always play these really stupid games. Like, we used to always hit each other in the balls. And we would like punch balls. I actually have a lot of scars from playing those games that are still visible. You probably can't see them. But yeah, we would just play a lot of stupid games. And also Bloody Knuckles, yeah. Because he was the only person that would play with me. No one else would.
Then when he got a girlfriend, he stopped playing with me.
No, I still play with you. She just found out.
Yeah. I think also through times like just hanging out outside of school, going on cool adventures together. Like the one you're about to hear about, right, in our documentary.
Mm-hmm.
But like those have all like brought us closer and become better.
Because me, Trent, and Tony, we're like the stupidest people in our group. No one else is really down to do anything stupid.
Yeah, it's like,
Yep.
Tell me what happened.
I met up with Tony at McDonald's at about 11.
After we left, we walked over to Trent's house to get him.
they picked me up around 12 and I introduced them to my Papa Torrance.
We didn't want to walk back to Camp High, so we took an Uber to go from Trent's house to the school.
We figured we would be able to get inside Cam using an Uber.
Unfortunately, once we got there, we got stopped by a school supervisor.
We got rejected by the supervisor because we weren't enrolled in the school, so we had to find something else to do.
We walked down to the creek nearby the school and got down and dirty with mud.
By the time we crossed the creek, all of our shoes were muddy as heck.
We took a while to dry off our socks and shoes, but then we got a text from Layla.
She invited us to go to Cam, so we headed over to the bleachers.
We met up with Layla at the bleachers before she went to her sport.
We sat around the bleachers for an hour, eating candy and playing on Trent's Nintendo Switch.
After school ended, we went to the main hall and met up with David. It was actually my first time meeting him.
He walked us out of the school, at which point we said our goodbyes to Davy and headed back to McDonald's.
We got back to Mickey D's and we had some shamrock shakes.
While we were enjoying our drinkies, there was a fight outside, and the cops came.
After, we had some drinkies and some polite conversation. We said goodbye and all headed our separate way.
How did you feel in the moment?
The adventure was exhilarating and filled with heart-pumping moments. It was a great time with my closest friends.
It was adventurous.
That was crazy, bro, man. I was the most intense time of my life. I don't think I've ever been so crazy in my life, man. Like, my heart, it was just boom, boom, boom the entire time. My eyes, the adrenaline in my body was just going on. I think it was one of the best times in my life ever. I think that day was my top day in the history of my life.
What urged you to do what you did?
We were just looking for a good time. It was a free day and we decided to meet up and have some fun. Nothing specific that motivated us.
Being cool. I think being cool is one of the best things that I'm good at. I like being cool because that's just what I'm good at, you know? Popping off, just living my life. That's my cool thing.
I'm crazy. I love doing wacky things because I'm so quirky. Oh yeah.
Why did you guys go to the creek?
We were walking around after failing to get into camp and just looking for something to do. We decided to go to the creek because it was the first thing we saw and it just seemed like something really adventurous.
What exactly happened in the fight?
We saw the fight outside and we looked. We don't know why they were fighting, but it ended with the cops coming and someone getting arrested for having weed on them. It was a couple of camp kids. They looked like some bad boys, but you know, it's better with those enemies of the state off the streets. I think the world is a better place for not having them on the world.
Why was David at camp?
David goes to camp, so he had to be at camp for school. Before he came to Rancho this year, he was at camp because his brother didn't want him to be at Rancho. But this year he decided to come because a lot of his friends are here, so he wanted to be surrounded by people that he knew and that he was good friends with. He enjoyed it at camp, but he likes it better here, and that's why David was at camp.
Why was Layla at camp?
Even though we didn't have school that day, Layla sought to go to track since she's on the track team.
What were your guys' favorite memories about the adventure?
I think my favorite was when they first picked me up. We took an Uber to the front of the school, and we got stopped by the security guard. But we all and like he didn't let us in because we didn't go there, so we all like took out our student IDs to show that we were like actual students, but he still didn't let us in because we were from Rancho. I think that was really funny because it was like our first run-in with the law. Yeah.
Okay. My favorite memory was when we went to the creek. We didn't really know what to do, so we went down. And even though my shoes got really messed up, I still had a real fun time, and it was trying to just chill and talking with them.
My favorite memory was probably after the Uber incident when we tried to go back in by walking. There was a supervisor going around campus, and we thought that we were in trouble, but she just passed us. Yeah.